The ending of Outlander Season 8, Episode 3 doesn't rely on a shocking twist or a dramatic cliffhanger to leave an impact. Instead, it delivers something quieter, but arguably far more important. It introduces a man whose presence alone shifts the direction of the story, and whose words carry a warning that Jamie Fraser simply cannot ignore. That man is Benjamin Cleveland. At first glance, Cleveland doesn't seem like someone who would change everything. He isn't introduced with chaos or urgency. There's no immediate sense that danger follows him. But that's exactly what makes his role so powerful. Because by the time the episode ends, it becomes clear that Cleveland represents something much bigger than himself. He represents the future that's rapidly closing in on Fraser's Ridge. To really understand the weight of this moment, you have to look at who Benjamin Cleveland is, not just within the show, but within history itself. Cleveland is tied directly to the American Revolutionary War, known as a militia leader and a man deeply involved in the frontier conflicts of the time. And that historical context is crucial because Outlander doesn't introduce characters like this randomly. When someone like Cleveland enters the story, it means history is about to move forward in a way that the characters can no longer avoid. And that's exactly what his presence signals. Up until this point in the season, the war has been building in the background. It's been talked about, hinted at, and felt through rising tension, but it hasn't fully taken over the narrative. Jamie has been trying, in his own way, to manage that reality, to stay prepared without fully stepping into the chaos. But Cleveland's arrival changes that balance. Because Cleveland doesn't speak in possibilities. He speaks in certainty. When he delivers his warning to Jamie, it's not framed as advice or speculation. It's a statement of what's coming. And the way the scene is played makes it clear that this isn't just about politics or strategy, it's about survival. Cleveland understands the landscape. He understands the kind of men who are rising in power during this time, the kind of violence that's about to spread, and the kind of choices that men like Jamie will be forced to make. And when he looks at Jamie, there's an unspoken recognition there. He sees someone who is capable, someone who has influence, but also someone who is standing at a crossroads. That's what makes this moment so important. Because Jamie has been here before. He's lived through war, through loss, through moments where every decision came with consequences that couldn't be undone. From the Jacobite Rising to Culloden, Jamie knows what it means to fight for something and lose everything in the process. And yet, here he is again, facing another war, another turning point in history. But this time, it's different. This time, Jamie has more to lose. He has Fraser's Ridge. He has his family. He has a life that he's built over years of struggle and sacrifice. And Cleveland's warning threatens all of that. Not directly, but inevitably. Because what Cleveland is really telling him is that the war isn't going to stay contained. It's going to spread, and when it does, it will reach places like Fraser's Ridge whether Jamie wants it to or not. For Claire Fraser, this moment carries a different kind of weight. Unlike Jamie, Claire doesn't just understand the present. She understands the future. She knows how the Revolutionary War unfolds. She knows the scale of destruction it brings. And she knows that no matter how much they try to prepare, there are limits to what they can control. So when Cleveland delivers his warning, Claire doesn't just hear a possibility. She hears confirmation. And that creates a quiet but powerful tension between her and Jamie. Because while Jamie has to decide how to respond, Claire already knows that avoiding the conflict completely isn't an option. The question isn't whether the war will affect them. It's how and how much. And that's where the emotional core of this ending really comes through. Cleveland's warning isn't just about external danger. It's about internal conflict. It forces Jamie to confront a question he's been trying to avoid. Can he protect his home without becoming part of the war? Or is that no longer a choice he can make? The way the scene is framed suggests that deep down, Jamie already knows the answer. There's a shift in his expression, in his posture, in the way he listens. It's subtle, but it's there. It's the realization that the time for waiting is over. And that's what makes Cleveland's role so effective. He doesn't need a long storyline or multiple scenes to make an impact. His purpose is to deliver a message, to act as a bridge between the present moment and what's coming next. And once that message is delivered, everything changes. Because now, The war isn't just an idea. It's a reality. It's something that's moving closer with every passing moment, something that will demand action, sacrifice, and difficult choices. And for Jamie, those choices are going to define everything that follows. Another important detail in this ending is how it connects to the larger themes of Outlander. This has always been a story about time, about how the past, present, and future are constantly influencing each other. And Cleveland's warning fits perfectly into that idea. He represents the forward movement of history, the inevitability of events that no one can fully stop. At the same time, Claire represents the knowledge of what's to come, the awareness of consequences that others don't have. And Jamie stands in the middle of that, caught between what he knows, what he feels, and what he has to do. That tension is what drives the story forward. And it's what makes this ending so powerful, even without a dramatic twist. Because instead of shocking the audience, it prepares them. It sets the stage for what's coming next. It tells us that the stakes are rising, that the characters are about to be tested in ways they haven't been before, and that the choices they make from this point on are going to matter more than ever. By the time the episode ends, there's a clear sense that something has shifted. The calm, if there ever was any, is gone. The uncertainty is still there, but now it's focused, directed, and unavoidable. And all of that starts with one man and one warning. Benjamin Cleveland doesn't just appear in this episode, he changes it. He brings the future into the present. And in doing so, he forces Jamie to face the reality that the world he's built is about to be tested in ways he may not be able to control. As the season continues, that warning is going to echo through every decision, every conflict, and every moment of tension. Because in Outlander Season 8, the story isn't just building toward an ending. It's building toward consequences. And after Episode 3, those consequences feel closer than ever.